Control of blood sugar. Keeping blood sugar at a low level is critical to manage and prevent diabetes. The keto diet has been proven to be extremely effective in preventing symptoms of diabetes. Many people suffering from diabetes are also overweight. That makes an easy weight loss regime a natural. But the keto diet does more. Carbohydrates get converted to sugar, which for diabetics can result in a sugar spike. A diet low in carbohydrates prevents these spikes and allows more control over blood sugar levels. Mental focus. The keto diet is based on protein, fats, and low carbohydrates. As we've discussed, this forces fat to become the primary source of energy. This is not the normal Western diet, which can be quite deficient in nutrients, particularly fatty acids, which are needed for proper brain function. When people suffer from cognitive diseases, such as Alzheimer's, the brain isn't using enough glucose, thus becomes lacking in energy, and the brain has difficulty functioning at a high level. The keto diet provides an additional energy source for the brain. A study by the American Diabetes Association found that type 1 diabetics improved their brain function after eating coconut oil, which we'll see as an important part of the keto diet. That same study indicated that people who suffer from Alzheimer's may experience improved memory capacity on a keto diet. Those with Alzheimer's have seen improved memory scores that might correlate with the amount of ketones levels present. What does this study mean to the average person? With the emphasis on fatty acids, such as omega-3 and omega-6 found in seafood, the keto diet is likely to fuel the brain with the additional nutrients to help achieve a healthier mental state. The brain tissue is made up largely of fatty acids. You've heard fish referred to as brain food. And the increased consumption of those fatty acids will logically lead to improved brain health. Our body does not produce fatty acids on its own. We can only obtain it through our diet. And the keto diet is rich in fatty acids. A diet high in carbohydrates can lead to a foggy brain where you have difficulty in focusing. Focusing becomes easier with the increased energy provided by the keto diet. In fact, many people who have no need or desire to lose weight use the keto diet to improve and enhance brain functions. Increased energy. It's not unusual and has become almost normal to feel tired and drained at the end of the day as a result of a poor, carbohydrate-laden diet. Fat is a more efficient source of energy, leaving you more vitalized than you would on a sugar rush. Chapter 5. Keto Diet and Blood Pressure. 1/3 of American adults suffer from high blood pressure. It is a serious health problem that can lead to heart attacks and strokes. Obviously, the higher the blood pressure, the greater the risk. Aging and obesity greatly increase the chances of developing high blood pressure. Blood pressure is usually treated with a variety of medications, some of which can have side effects. The best blood pressure is 120/80. High blood pressure is the result of hypertension, and the causes aren't always clear, but we live in an increasingly tense world, and more people are dealing with high blood pressure. It is a known fact that people suffering from high blood pressure frequently carry excess belly fat and can become at risk for type 2 diabetes. To get to the root of all these problems may require a change in lifestyle. The symptoms of high blood pressure can be caused by an overload of carbohydrates in the diet, more than the body is able to handle. As we've discussed, carbohydrates are converted into sugars, which raise the body's blood sugar level, forcing the body to create additional insulin. Insulin stores fat, and an excess of insulin can lead to obesity. All of this can have a negative effect on your blood pressure. Consuming fewer carbohydrates decreases both the level of insulin and the blood pressure level. This simple dietary change can make a huge difference in your blood pressure. In an interesting study released in the Archives of Internal Medicine, 146 overweight people took part in a weight loss experiment. The people were divided into two groups. One group was put on a ketogenic diet containing a maximum of 20 grams of carbohydrates. while the other group was given the weight loss drug orlistat in addition to being counseled to follow a low-fat regimen. Both groups showed similar weight loss. What surprised the researchers was that half of the keto group showed a decrease in blood pressure, while only 21% of the low-fat diet group had any decrease in blood pressure. While weight loss itself would bring about a lowering of blood pressure, the study suggests that a decrease in carbohydrate intake can help lower blood pressure even more. It was found that potassium specifically had a huge effect on lower hypertension. Doctors recommend at least 4,700 milligrams of potassium each day for anyone wishing to lower his or her blood pressure. Foods high in potassium are avocado, acorn squash, bananas, coconut water, dried apricots, pomegranate, salmon, spinach, sweet potato, white beans. While all these foods are permitted on the ketogenic diet, limit your intake of sweet potato and beans, which are starchy and can contain a high level of carbs. Chapter 3: Keto Diet and Cancer. Cancer has turned into a serious disease in our modern society. While cancer was not a large factor before the 20th century, it did exist, of course. Our modern diet and sedentary lifestyle have made cancer the second primary cause of death, with 1,600 Americans dying from the disease every day. It appears that our bodies do not react well to being exposed daily to toxins. While any cancer treatment must be guided by your physician, it is a good idea to discuss the keto diet and what it can do to help in the treatment of this disease. A cancer-specific keto diet may consist of as much as 90% fat. There is a very good reason for that. What doctors do know is that cancer cells feed off carbohydrates and sugar. This is what helps them grow and multiply in number. As we have seen, the keto diet dramatically reduces our carbohydrate and sugar consumption as our metabolism is altered. What the keto diet does, in essence, is remove the food on which the cancer cells feed and starves them. The result is that cancer cells may die, multiply at a slower rate, or decrease. Another reason why a keto diet is able to slow down the growth of cancer cells is that by reducing calories, cancer cells have less energy to develop and grow in the first place. Insulin also helps cells grow. Since the keto diet lowers insulin level, it slows down the growth of tumorous cells. When on the keto diet, the body produces ketones. While the body is fueled by ketones, cancerous cells are not. Therefore, a state of ketosis may help reduce the size and growth of cancer cells. One study monitored the growth of tumors in patients suffering from cancer of the digestive tract. Of those patients who received a high carbohydrate diet, tumors showed a 32.2% in growth. Patients on a keto diet showed a 24.3% growth in their tumor. The difference is quite significant. Another study involved 5 patients who combined chemotherapy with a keto diet. 3 of these patients went into remission. 2 patients saw a progression of the disease when they went off the keto diet. More studies are needed, but these numbers are encouraging. The keto diet may help prevent cancer from occurring in diabetic patients in the first place. People with diabetes have a higher risk level to develop cancer due to elevated blood sugar levels. Since the ketogenic diet is extremely effective at decreasing the level of blood sugar, it may prevent the initial onset of cancer. From what research has discovered so far, the ketogenic diet may 1. Stop the growth of cancer cells, 2. Replace cancerous cells with healthy cells, 3. Change the body's metabolism and enable the body to starve cancer cells by depriving them of needed nutrition, 4. By lowering the body's insulin levels, the ketogenic diet may prevent the onset of cancer cells. On a ketogenic diet specifically for cancer, your fat should be 75 to 90%, protein 15 to 20%, and less than 5% carbohydrates.